Welcome to Off the Leash Animal News,
the show where we bring you interesting and exciting animal stories from around the world.
My name is Jason Kenzie.
And I'm Izik Nox.
On this episode, we're going to be talking about an autonomous robot that hunts down dog poop and picks it up.
And we're also going to be talking about whale vomit that's worth more than your Lamborghini.
And last but not least, we're going to be talking about scientists that teach rats how to drive a car.
For our first story, we go to somewhere where there's lots of young, smart university students that come up with really innovative ideas.
Brilliant ideas. For all those lazy North American dog owners that don't want to get off their ass and pick up their own dog's poop, they had built, get this, an autonomous robot. Drives all by itself, and you put it into your yard and it goes around and it picks up dog poop. That's right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was looking at the design, Jay, and I don't know why they made tiny little wheels at the back. If it's going on the grass, it probably needs bigger wheels. At the front, it has bigger wheels, and at the back, it has smaller wheels. I mean, these wheels could easily get stuck in grass or in a little pit or in dog shit.
After about 5 minutes of it rolling around trying to find the dog poop, it actually gets stuck and it crashes. It kind of rolls over, just like what dogs do. It just rolls itself in its own poop. Try and camouflage it so the owner of this robot can't find him.
And then since the robot is autonomous, it will notice that it has poop on its own wheel, and it will start doing circles trying to get it, but it won't be able to reach. Just like dogs do, chase their tails, kind of round and round and round.
It chases its
until it runs out of battery.
It says here, the name of this robot is called Beetle.
They should have called it the dung beetle, you know, because the dung beetles stink.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up the poop, it actually just rolls it into a bowl for miles. He's just, driving by and seeing this thing, rolling its poop down the street. I'm like, does that look like my poop? There's news reports that these beetles have gone on strike, demanding dog owners to stop feeding their dogs crap because these autonomous robots are sick and tired of short-circuiting because they are rolling around in diarrhea.
Jay, how does the robot determine if the poop actually belongs to the dog?
Well, the dog's poop gives off a different smell than cats. Not that I would know. It's not like I'm going around going. Sometimes it will actually go and climb up onto my car and clean off the bird. That should be the next invention.
So Jay, another question. What happens if you leave the yard open and the robot accidentally goes outside and starts picking up all the shit outside, from all the neighbors, and then it goes into downtown and then, what happens there?
You're like, honey, how's the robot doing? Oh, I don't know. I don't see it in the yard anymore. It's gone. I just got a phone call from the neighbors. It's going after the cat.
This robot is still in the experimental phase. It is not yet commercially viable. It should be released, they say, by the year 2150 when people are actually dumb enough to buy it.
They say that cats have learned how to hack these machines, are now going after dogs and throwing their shit back at them.
When this machine becomes commercially viable, it will be available for pet owners everywhere, and you'll be able to buy it and, just pay a monthly fee to have your dog poop cleaned up. However, if you don't pay your bill, the machine will use GPS and redistribute the shit back into its original position.
It gets worse. Last week, I bought one of these robots just to try it out, and I left it in the yard and forgot that it was going around because it goes really slow. And I went out to do some sunbathing. Next thing I know, the damn robot had gone over top of me and picked me up. And before you know it, I was inside this damn machine. I was like,
they're also planning to integrate other features into the machine, such as a grass cutter. I'm not sure how well, that would work, especially if they accidentally fire off at the same time. It comes up to a piece of poop, and instead of picking it up, it starts...
there's everywhere.
Some new features other than the pooper scooper and the grass cutter will also include a water sprinkler and a corn harvester.
Researchers are now working on the next design, and it's going to be able to pick up elephant shit.
That's right, they're going to call this one the Rhino. For our next story, we go to the ocean, where whales have been vomiting, and apparently it's very expensive. More expensive than your Lamborghini.
A fisherman was walking down the street when he tripped over what he thought was a rock. It turned out it was a huge, massive lump of whale puke. He just looked at it and thought, wow, what a pretty little rock. So he took it home, stuck it in his shed, and went along his business.
This piece of rock turned out to be actually whale vomit, a particular type of whale vomit that is used in the cosmetics industry to make perfume once it's refined.
After a couple months, the fisherman went into his shed and he pulled this thing out. He took it into his house where he dressed it up, and it was his pet. Yeah, he walked it around, dragging it. You know, people have pet rocks. This guy has pet puke.
The man did take this rock to a laboratory to find out if it's actual whale vomit, which is extremely expensive. In the lab, they did confirm that this is actually indeed authentic whale puke. This whale vomit is approximately the size of a melon, and it is worth $320,000 US. That's almost what gold would cost.
At the same time, this fisherman also found lobster vomit, little fishy vomit, you know, the same little fishies that you find on little pizzas. Ugh, I hate that stuff. I don't know why they have that crap on that. Take it off! No one likes it! And he also found cricket vomit. Yeah, that's right! That was funny!
However, unfortunately, the perfume companies told him that those are worth nothing, and he went home empty-handed.
When the fisherman first found this whale puke, he actually had a tug-of-war with his autonomous robot named Beetle. I'm telling you, it's not shit, it's puke! Let go!
It's actually very impressive, you know. It's hard to believe that things that are discarded from nature like that could be worth so much, you know, and used in such a unique way like making perfume.
So maybe instead of killing the whales, why don't you guys, and you know who you are, just follow around these whales waiting for them to puke. You don't have to kill the whale, you just wait till it pukes. You can make lots of money just off its puke. I imagine Moby Dick, that's why he was swallowed by the whale. He actually swam into the whale to get some of this puke.
It was an inside job. Today's episode of OTL is brought to you by a new fragrance for men called Eau de Puke by Blue Whale.
I'm wearing it right now. Oh, smell it.
Our next story is about driving rats.
That's right. So this is incredible. So scientists, they put these rats inside this little car that was made out of a plastic bottle.
And it has little wheels on the bottom like a remote control car, but the controllers are on the inside. The rat has the ability to actually make the car move forward and back and side to side.
To get these rats motivated, they were using Fruit Loops. They first tried to use cornflakes, but as soon as the rats found out there was no sugar, the rats got pissed off, rode over the cornflakes, and threw it back at the scientists. We need our sugar! Damn it, give us our sugar! Rumors have it that these rats are going to be the new Uber drivers of Vancouver, which is going to help with the infestation of all these rats that are around all the restaurants downtown Vancouver.
This should also reduce the amount of accidents we have on our roads, as some of the human beings here are not very good at driving.
The real discovery was when they found out that there was a certain chemical that was inside the poop of these rats that was very similar to humans. Of course, the scientists didn't know this for the longest time because the poop was being stolen by this autonomous robot. Very sneaky, very sneaky.
It is possible that these autonomous robots were programmed with artificial intelligence and are now selling all the poop they can find to perfume companies. Thank you for watching another episode of OTL. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to notify you every time we upload, which is Thursdays at 6.
And we have a secret link down below. We also have all the links to the stories we've talked about today. And remember, always support your local animal rescues.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you next week. Yeah.